Hello everyone, welcome to the classroom. Thank you for joining us as always. Today we will be discussing the modern state of anime merchandise. Hey you! Do you want to show everyone how much of a huge dork you are? But do you want to look cool doing it? Okay, you're really gonna have to start cooperating here. I feel like I'm the only one contributing to this relationship. If anime fans are one thing, to a fault, it's passionate. There's never been an anime fan who is shy to share their opinions on why your favorite series sucks and why you don't like their favorite series enough. And the easiest way to start these conversations is to wear your allegiances out into the world with you, like a tropical bird showing off its colors. Except in this case, there is no chance of sex. I think that anime merchandise is in a fantastic place in this day and age, especially with clothing. I know it's not a great idea to recommend an objectively better video to your audience, but go check out Getting the Robots video on anime streetwear to see how we got to this point. Some anime shirts are pretty much just screenshots from the show poorly printed onto a shirt. Others are a little more stylized than that, and then you have my personal favorite, clothes that don't even look like merch unless you know the reference. Like, if you're watching this video, which, God I hope you are, you've definitely seen some Ichiraku ramen merch, and you know the reference maybe, but the bad hoes at the local speakeasy won't think twice about your nerdiness. The subtle anime merch that I would like the most is that shirt that every man whore in animanga wears at least once. I know that if I have any, goth fans, you're really not gonna like this take, but Hot Topic has never been better. As a little lad who went to Catholic school, Hot Topic always terrified me. I was convinced that Satan himself was designing those band tees and rubber bracelets. But now, as a slightly bigger lad, Hot Topic ain't so scary. They just want to sell me a slightly uncomfortable Bakugo shirt in one of those little mystery boxes. Or as I call them, loot boxes for those who leave the house. However, the best place to go for anime merchandise is not your sad, rundown local mall. It's the internet.
The internet, internet,
Internet. 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 Internet.
internet, internet, internet.
The internet has plenty of things. Most of it is porn, and most of that porn is weird or illegal, but some of what they have is things to buy, besides the weird or illegal porn you can buy. If you've been on Animanga TikTok for more than 7 seconds, you've seen that one pain shirt that is sold by every store on the planet, I guess. But there's even more than that. My favorite site for anime merch is Crunchyroll. It's awesome. It's like if Netflix sold Walter White crew necks. But seriously, Crunchyroll does have some pretty dope stuff. I have longingly stared at the Junji Ito collection through my computer screen for countless minutes. But also, they have some streetwear so poorly designed that I call it sewerware.
I look like an asshole. What is that? What even is that?
Crunchyroll does also sell anime figures, but no jars, which is weird. It feels like chips without dip or politicians without pedophilia. I have a few anime figures of my own from Crunchyroll, and they are fantastic, and they run the gamut from the lower end of Crunchyroll figures to the higher end ones. They're all great quality, but go up in detail and size as they become more expensive, although I am very picky about the kind of figures that I like. First off, I am a man of class and status. As such, a man like me could not be seen owning those titty figures. Food Wars has 2 figures available on Crunchyroll. Neither of them are the main character, and both of them being bunny girl outfits that are never seen in the source material. If you own, titty figures and like them, good for you, I guess. Live and let live. I just feel weird having something so close to porn on my precious bookshelf. Plus, in the past, these have pretty much only been of female characters, a reflection of how sexist the animanga world has always been. Luckily now, in the sake of fairness, there's been a rash of male nude and heavily objectified figures, but I'll just call them sluts. But Crunchyroll has plenty of figures that are at least a little more difficult to masturbate to. Personally, my least favorite is the chibi-esque line of figures they have. These can include the Nendoroids, which are typically held up by these little anal beads, which I think look weird and ugly. There are also these abominations, and Funko Pops, which is basically American Chibi, complete with soulless, dead eyes. I generally do not like these, because they make every character more uniform, and I would just rather have them look the way they do in the series. Although, I did find these really cool doll, kind of My Hero ones, and these get a pass. I do get why you might like these chibi-esque ones, because they're cheap and you've also never healed your inner child. But if you've got more money than God and you still have not healed your inner child, then... You know how people who are embarrassed to read comic books will only call them graphic novels? That's the vibe I get from these people. Actually, they're not figures, these are statues. The most expensive ones I could find were on BigBadToyStore.com, a website that was designed in 2005 and hasn't been updated since. The most ludicrously expensive one I could find was this Blackbeard statue for $2,900. Which is so well detailed that it is disgusting. It just makes me think about how fucking bad Blackbeard must reek. The funniest two I found, however, was this Sukuna figure for $645, but you can get a version with Itadori standing in the background for over $1,500, meaning Yuji Itadori is worth $940. Good for him. Maybe I'm just trying to make myself feel better about not at all being able to afford these, but I just don't think that they look that good. They seem over-designed and so complicated that all the details kind of wash over me. Like, I look at something like this, and yeah, it's very well made, but my brain just goes... Plus, if I ever got a scratch on my $2,900 Blackbeard statue, I would bludgeon myself to death with it. Now I'm going to talk about other things. That was a transition. I think one of the most rewarding pieces of anime-manga merchandise you can get is art books. Whether it's concept art or a collection of art from the series, half of a great manga is great art. Plus, these books often give you a greater insight into the mangaka, and I think that knowing an author more intimately can help you greater appreciate their work. Here's the thing, I love artistic integrity, I do. I'm all about the art and the literatures. But I am also an idiot. Look, I'm a simple man. I see product, I'm on the fence. I see that product has a PNG of another product I like slapped on it. I'm throwing my wallet at the Books-A-Million employee. But they're not always kitschy crap. For example, My Hero Academia Monopoly is a really well-crafted product. Properties replaced by Class 1A students, while railroads and utilities are replaced by pro heroes. And okay, this is just a little pet peeve of mine as a world-renowned Monopoly champion, but why do they keep making these new versions of Monopoly that aren't Monopoly? Like, oh cool, Animal Crossing Monopoly, that sounds fun, I could buy Tom Nook and rip him to shreds. But no, it's not Monopoly, it's some other game wearing Monopoly's skin. Okay, rant over, I'm sorry, I just had to get that out. The pieces you play with in My Hero Monopoly are these really fun little metal trinkets, including Bakugo's gauntlet, Deku's mask, a real-life bomb, Shigaraki's hand, the UA sigil, and Eraserhead's goggles, which I now wear as a ring. However, my all-time favorite anime merchandise that I have is not this hat, but it is cool, but it's this stuff that my very own girlfriend made for me. There's a Chainsaw Man drawing, the Easy Revenge cigarette, also from Chainsaw Man, this Haikyuu-themed volleyball, this coaster that she turned into an Ouroboros tattoo, and my favorite thing she's ever made, this Ryomen Sukuna finger. Look at this shit, it is so cool. So, I guess the lesson for today is, if you want good anime merchandise, trick someone into making you it for free. Thank you for joining me as always, everyone. Have a good one. Thank you. Hey everyone, once again, as always, thank you so much for watching that video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I've wanted to talk about anime merchandise for like a long time. This was actually one of my first video ideas, so it was pretty cool to finally get to make it. Today, what I am talking about from my collection is Junji Ito's Ramina. This is a very interesting one of his. I feel like this doesn't get talked about nearly as much as his other, like, long-form stories or even his short stories, but it's really interesting. If you're into, like, cosmic horror, this is a great one. It's, to my knowledge, just thinking about it right now, not preparing at all, which is what I like to do for these videos, I think it's his only one set in the future. But that could not be true. I could be wrong, and I'm okay with that. But I really hope that you enjoyed that video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.